Oh man, I uh I love being right. Nah, I actually kind of hate it. Um because uh it gets and I'm not trying to be pretentious because usually when I'm right it's because something went wrong and I'm just good at predicting shit going wrong. Um yeah, you have
Sure.
no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Nope.
That's all right because as the show gets to start, as soon as I actually start playing the video, we can go into our first topics here on the Daily Cup of Genre. It's LRM Online's Genreverse Podcast Network's premiere podcast show, whatever. Anyways, this is the entertainment like source, guys. This is like your news and opinion source, your BS source. This is everything, hence the name Daily Cup of Genre. I am Kyle Malone. I'm joined as always by, well, not always because he slacks sometimes so do I. Manny Gomez, what's up, bud?
I'm sorry that I get sick sometimes as a human being. Not
Yeah,
a
I know, right? What'd you eat? What was bad?
Oh, a Chipotle burrito.
Oh,
Yep.
Chipotle.
Usually it's good old reliable, but unfortunately the last few times we've seen the turnaround in employees and
Yeah,
like the place is dirty, a little bit dirtier than usual, and just
yeah.
it's
There's
we're not gonna get into the politics behind all of
yeah,
it.
or I just got a curiosity because some and not political, just legit business hours. Some of the even big chains around here have had such staffing issues
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
they are reduced hours, and I'm not talking just locals. I'm talking like Taco Bell closes at 3 p.m. The one that's closest to me because they
Hmm.
simply cannot handle the dinner rush,
Oh wow. That's crazy.
so they close at 3. Yeah. And supply issues as well. Oh, do you guys? So that's what I was going to ask. Are you guys out there in the valley having issues with that hours in national brands or just local ones?
Look, so just a little bit of everything. Sometimes people don't have certain things, and
Mm-hmm.
even before the pandemic, we've had Taco Bell's embarrassingly not have beef. So
Yeah.
and you get there and you're like, what?
I've had to get tacos with carne asada. Not complaining because they gave us the cost of a regular beef taco, and you get not that their
Hmm.
skirt or flank is great, but it's good. So yeah, it's I hope it all ends up working out. The good thing is with that you have you just have the fact that there are jobs available. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That is
There
a
are
good thing.
there are tons of jobs available currently.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get off the crazy ass uh COVID related shit. And let's talk a little bit about exactly what you wanted to talk about, man. The return of CM Punk to wrestling via AEW. Go ahead and I'm going to play the video and you can talk a little bit about what this was like because I'm sure you're pretty stoked about it, right? And
Well, it was
SummerSlam as
well
well.
overall, yeah, it was just such a huge weekend for wrestling fans altogether. Friday, this was just highly anticipated and speculated, but hell,
Mm-hmm.
it's been speculated for years that he was going to make a return like this to AEW. Well, his debut on AEW,
Mm-hmm.
return to wrestling is what I mean. And his hometown of Chicago went absolutely bananas,
Yes, as you
which
can see,
is
I haven't heard like this is the type of shit when Rock comes back for a what do they call it, promo, or
yeah.
when
Uh-huh.
when one of the old guys it's rare. I mean, he's like a Edge or Christian type, he's famous, he's liked, but he's not a Hogan. But this is a Hogan type fucking reaction, man. This is cool. I dig it.
Yeah, yeah, I had dude, it just reminded me of why I love wrestling so much. Just the theatrics of it, the entertainment value, it's all
Mhm.
there. It's literally soap operas
Look
for
at him eat it
guys.
up, man, just
Oh
eating it
yeah,
up.
yeah. It's one of those things that sometimes the older wrestlers make sure to tell the younger ones is anytime you're in a moment like this,
Eat it up.
you need to
Take it in.
make yeah, you need to slow it down because it may never happen again. So, and then also it's just him playing the crowd. You gotta simmer the moment. You gotta let it. You just gotta let it be. So, um, it just tells you what kind of entertainer he is. So yeah, that was one of the three big returns overall in the weekend. And now he's gonna fight Darby Allin at what is the pay-per-view that they have called on September 5th? No, I don't know why my brain keeps wanting to say Deal or No Deal. That is an old show. All in. Sorry, at All In. So that's gonna be fun to see him back. It was cool to see Darby Allin and Sting in the rafters throughout the whole thing. Just kind of ominously there. But I mean, just overall, I don't understand.
Aw, I didn't catch that part. Dude's crying.
No, there's a lot of dudes crying.
I've
Um,
been there, man. Like, you know, army guy here. 17 years of my adult life and 18 years of my kid life, always being told, man up, dudes don't cry and stuff like that. And that's not, we're not talking about like normal emotional thing, death in the family, deployments, saying goodbyes and stuff like that. But I've been in a position where the amount of emotion, just there's nothing else the body can do. Like, it has no other way of releasing the
yeah,
the stuff going on inside, and it just comes out as tears. And uh even if you don't want to cry, so I get it. It's very 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 human thing to have happen. So what were the other big returns, man?
so Saturday at SummerSlam, which was weird, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
SummerSlam on Saturday instead of a Sunday.
Yeah, I was trying to rack my brain. Like, is that normal? Are they trying to aim for
I don't
like
know what the hell they're doing.
August 21st or something? Like the last month of summer? Like, what were they
Usually,
doing
usually no
for Sunday nights?
yeah, yeah, and then Saturday is for NXT's
Mm-hmm.
takeover. And this year they did it differently. They did it on Saturday and then and they flipped it, which was very strange. Um, Becky Lynch returned after being away from pregnancy, which is a huge deal. The man's back. They completely botched that though, because unfortunately, as she returned, the entire place was going bananas. Because she is obviously beloved by everyone. Because she's the one who took out Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue with that was with the way Vince decided to bring her back was to completely bury Bianca Belair, who they had been building up quite successfully since the Royal Rumble, which she won. And Becky Lynch came, hit her one time with the basically the rock bottom and took the title from her. And while everyone was happy, everyone was also very upset at the exact same time.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right for Bianca. Just on how much you build somebody just to kind of kick them back
Yeah,
to the
it's
curb.
it's almost like when the now Las Vegas Raiders, but the former Oakland Raiders would get a cornerback, get a receiver that was really really good, hold him for 2 years, and they're like, oh, we didn't get a Super Bowl, go away.
It's I I don't know. I was almost just as excited to see Becky Lynch as I was to see CM Punk on Friday, and then just that moment of oh shit, they just buried Bianca just kind of was very very sour.
Hmm.
Um, and then but I mean we'll see what happens. Maybe they have a better storyline for it. I get it. You could play it to that Bianca was so naive and so new that she was just overtaken also by emotion for Bianca and kind of let her guard down and make it for a longer story.
Hmm.
But right now, currently with the way WWE product is, I do not trust it.
You don't think it was
Absolutely
necessarily
not.
thought through.
They fired Bray Wyatt.
I know. I
That
saw.
was the biggest question marks ever. I mean,
Jericho just went, okay, I'm cool with that. That's fine. Do it.
well, I mean,
And what's his name? Because I know Jericho's big on the management executive side at AEW, and then there's
yeah.
the big
So
guy. I forget his name, owner or
so
whatever.
that a lot of the people they've let go have ended up on AEW,
Mm-hmm. If
and
not Japan,
with creative freedom. Well, the thing is, when you go with AEW, you're allowed to wrestle at other
with other
promotions.
places, yeah.
So like 2 weeks ago, for example, I might be wrong on the date, but dude, we got Kenny Omega versus Andrade Cien Almas in Mexico for a title, and with Kenny Omega was K Dog, when it was old head in wrestling, and then with Andrade came out Ric Flair.
Yeah, I saw that. Brian.
Well, because he's
go ahead.
Andrade is dating Charlotte. That they're, and I mean, like, when do you like? I'm almost like, please WWE, let go of all your best talent, because they're all having so much fun over here, and we get to enjoy it. Yeah. So, but I don't know. The whole thing with Bray Wyatt also could be a work where they're just restructuring a contract and come back. But the rumor, of course, is that he's headed to AEW, which would be better, because creatively, all the stuff he did with the Fiend and stuff was his ideas and things like that. Heck, he had one of the greatest creative minds in horror come up with the mask for him, and the whole get up. So, and it worked. Everybody loved it. And then the last one is Brock Lesnar's back.
Yep, I heard about
with
that.
The ponytail.
That I did not see. I gotta see that. Holy,
yeah, he's back with the tiny ponytail. But the thing is, the way they played that one, that was done so well. But everyone wanted Brock Lesnar back. The previous match, when Bobby Lashley destroyed Goldberg, kind of, and because that's kind of a dream match of everyone, is Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. And we unfortunately didn't get it. Heads up, a shout out to WWE for not letting Goldberg beat Bobby Lashley, though, because usually they let that happen, and nobody likes that.
That's funny.
But like Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, we've seen it. So, but I think with the role that he's been on, nobody cares. Everybody was just kind of glad that that's the direction we're headed. But WWE does have one big problem, and that's the same problem cinema has, except with a different country. They have a deal. It was a 10-year deal with Saudi Arabia to do a Crown Jewel show, and it completely ruins the flow of storytelling. Yeah, he's huge.
That and the hair, man.
Yeah, he almost looks like one of those like anime characters.
I was gonna say he, if the ponytail wasn't the way it was, let me see if I can't. What is his name? Major Armstrong, FMA. Yeah, this guy. Major Armstrong. There's Brock Lesnar, the strong arm alchemist.
Just needs a beard, yeah. And then Sunday's takeover was fun. Ian, I think Djokovic is his name. He beat Walter for the UK title, which was fun, super fun match. And then also Samoa Joe is 3-time NXT champion. He beat Karrion Kross, who's been great. So yeah, man, like, as far as entertainment, I think the biggest takeaway was the returns, but also being able to see those returns with those loud pops, which we haven't gotten in a while.
So the crowd's back and stuff.
So yeah, so like, that's wrestling right there. That, the pops and the boos and the chanting and everything, and it makes everything just so much. It is what it is, instead of those quiet arenas that we got used to. So yeah, that was that's wrestling in a weekend, man.
I go in and out. I'll occasionally like last year during the pandemic, I got WWE Network, you know, before it folded into Peacock, and I was watching all my favorite WWE or WCW pay-per-views and stuff like that, like because I, you know, my dad raised me with wrestling in the
Mm.
mid and late 80s. I mean, hell, USO shows, wrestlers have been doing that for decades. Ultimate Warrior came up to Fort Lewis once. I
Oh,
got
nice.
to meet
Okay.
him when I was like 4 years old. Got picture. I can remember the event at the mall, not vividly, but I've got, you know, not vivid emotions or anything, but I got clear pictures. Like I can remember my dad handing me over, and it was just really cool deal. And then I got really big into it in the mid to late '90s when WCW started coming up again, and then WO, DDP, like the Monday Night Wars, man. Like Brian brought this up on why he thinks some of the shit at WWE is going on. He thinks Vince is done. He thinks Vince is about ready to retire, sell, whatever, you know, stop day to day operations. Because the way I understand, he's still on site almost every show. He's
Yeah, gorilla
still very
position.
hands on, and um Brian says that he kind of thinks that he's just kind of clearing the deck, ideas, people, moments that he wants to see on TV, but before he thinks that's why things are kind of messy. It's like a just kind of like a get it all out type deal. Do you see that, or do you feel it's different? Because I don't get into it as much on the behind the scenes. Like I'll keep up with characters, big arcs, you know, title stuff. But what do you think's going on with WWE, man?
Well, I think it's just a mess. Um, Vince, I don't see Vince relinquishing his duties as long as possible, and that's the problem. And the thing is, sometimes he does have the right writers and the help in the back, but he'll change things at the last minute, just confusing the hell out of everyone.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's been many interviews with talent where it's like, hey, what do you think about this going on? And they have no other choice but to say, you know what, we're just really happy for the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to roll. They say that they use the phrase that we roll with the punches, and you know, we're here, and that's what we're here for
Get
and
what we
everything.
want for
And
you, yada
so
yada. Yep.
and
When
so
those
yeah,
answers come out, you're always like, God,
you're
I
like,
just wish
damn,
I could plant a
yeah.
bug on you. Just like a 5 hour bug. I not for the record. I'm just gonna listen to it myself. But I need to know.
Like one perfect example, Piper Nevin. She's a WWE. She was in WWE UK, the NXT. She got brought up. Been accompanying Eve, uh, and yeah, they changed her name to Dewdrop, and just kind of made her character just really wonky, or just kind of a lackey. And I'm like, dude, there's no way you can be having fun with that.
Yeah.
and and then they interviewed her, and she said the exact thing. She was like, you know, I'm happy for the opportunity, and I'll take any challenge they give me, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, I can't imagine how stressful that might be. But yeah, that's the problem. I mean, there's people there, for example, Paul Heyman,
Mm-hmm.
who have done magnificent things with the talent given, because he ran SmackDown for so many years, and he's
Mm-hmm.
the reason why Edge became
Edge.
as he was. And then also what he did with Eddie
Which is crazy.
Guerrero,
Edge and
Chris
Christian
Benoit.
are both back.
Oh well, yeah, Christian's over at AEW.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually fighting for the world title against
Yep.
Kenny Omega. Um, so yeah, but Vince thinks he knows best. He has that Al Davis mentality where I'm going to put the
Mm-hmm.
people on to make the change. It's what I think. It's what I think. And then he has a certain vision for what he likes his wrestlers to look like, and he has a certain vision for what he thinks his female champions should look like, which is always Charlotte Flair. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's not very much talented, because she is. Her, Sasha Banks, Becky, they all did their part to raised the bar on women wrestling, I believe, with some phenomenal matches. I mean, hell, they were headlining certain events,
Yeah.
and he's just got it. Like, there's so much good talent, but you want to focus on Goldberg, you know, and you want to just continue to bring back these old heads and stuff when you should have already handed it off to the new generation. But I don't know, man. It's he's one of those characters where, unfortunately, until he can't physically do it anymore, he's going to continue to ruin product, and then the talent just has to take it or leave.
Yeah. We'll see. I kind of on one hand hope Brian is right, but I think you are. I think it's just a mess, man. Some people have not necessarily good ideas, but in general, but they had the good idea for the time, and
Yeah,
and sometimes that luck comes up a couple times. Sometimes it doesn't. One hit wonders exist for a reason. It's not always that a particular song is great. It just came out at the right time. It was the right style or genre. It picked up with the right hook. It came with the right word, and then they can never replicate it.
yeah.
I'm not
I
saying that
mean,
it is Vince. I'm just saying, like, you can go from star to nothing.
just look at AEW who they picked up recently. They have Andrade Cien Almas. They have Aleister Black. Aleister Black, dude, he's a superstar.
Mm.
But I don't understand. They have the Big Show now.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Wright. They have Mark Henry's over there now. They have Taz, not from WWE, but they picked up Brian Cage. Sting's over there. I
Yeah.
mean, just
I remember them
Christians.
getting
Christians
Sting.
also over there. Just the array and the array of talent that WWE has lost the caliber of it, and now doing not necessarily big but better things over at AEW is just a real testament to really either the how specific they want their product to be, or just they just don't know what they're doing with they with their talent anymore. It's
Yeah.
just kind of that indie feel is better than so much production in it, I think. Also,
I could see that. I could also see us taking a quick break for our sponsors over at Grow
Grow
Generation.
Generation, where the pros go to grow. Grow Generation is your one-stop shop for hydroponic grow supplies, product systems, and more. Grow Generation serves customers across the nation and carries a wide inventory of renowned cultivation brands. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Yeah, do what she said. She's Christine, my wife. For those of you that don't know, she's recovering from COVID. All the lung issues have been gone for a few days. Just really dealing with body aches, headaches, and fatigue. But she did
have
say she
fun.
was better this morning than yesterday. So uh, I'm just happy the lung part. That's the like scary part.
Mm.
I'm happy that's done. She doesn't appear to have any lingering or lasting issues there, she said. So as
We
for
have
the oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Finish up. Go ahead. My
No,
bad.
I'm gonna plug something. So I guess you got a
Oh no, go
question.
ahead and plug it.
So I was just going to say with that, guys, we will be back to regular anime versal this weekend. Brian and I will be covering Megalobox season 1. So look forward to that. And again, Midnight Run. I know everyone wants the return of the puppets. Please go check out the domestic girlfriend review if you haven't on video on YouTube. Please do subscribe. We can't release a show that has puppets without the puppets. So gotta get her healthy again to record that. Anyways, that's what I was gonna plug. What do you got?
We have a variance in our first weekend number drop.
We do indeed, and I wanted to bring that up as our next thing before I get back to what I teased way at the beginning about being right. So we do. We have an outlier bringing up Free Guy, which only had a 34%. And what did we say last week? We're like, what if it doesn't drop? What if it's got a really good
Yeah,
second week?
we had we usually in the 50s and 60s, and that
Mm-hmm.
one had a 34% drop.
Yep. And I went
So
back to look at the other good, so to speak, drops with Jungle Cruise at 42. Or excuse me, no, Jungle Cruise had a 55. It was Old, was it? Had a decent. Old was 59, and then Green Knight was 61. Those were two that we thought were kind of interesting as they're smaller movies and had smaller drops than the big Suicide Squad and whatnot. So yeah, man.
Yeah, it's evident right there also with Respect and with Don't Breathe 2. Don't Breathe 2 had about a 53%, and then Respect had a 57%. So that still fits. But yeah, Free Guy decided fuck you guys and your model.
Yep.
And so I think Free Guy might be one of those movies too where some people didn't necessarily give it the benefit of the doubt because they thought it was just going to be
another Ready Player One, another yeah.
And I think a word of mouth might have helped that one a little bit. Shout out to Paw Patrol though, second place, 13 mil.
13 mil.
Not
with the
bad.
pandemic and everyone worried about the kids,
and it's on Paramount Plus.
And on oh dang, that's not too shit. What was the last Space Jam? I think was the last big kid movie. Jungle Cruise, okay, 35, but that's family. Space Jam is still family ish. Is that the first?
Space Jam has a way bigger.
It has a broader appeal than
audience,
Paw Patrol. Yeah, that's why I said it's family.
You're not going to get adults really.
I don't think we don't have anything to be able to compare. Because I think that's the first kid movie of the post pandemic time. Peter Rabbit. Let's see what that did. Peter Rabbit
was just kind of we're offering this. I don't feel
10 mil, so it did better than that, and that was back in June. Okay, cool. What do you think, man? What do you think with Free Guy? Is it literally, like you said, word of mouth? This is that, like we even pointed out in when we looked at, past in the distant years, that there's always that outlier, that word of mouth film that gets a slower drop. Is that just it, or is it people are going to the movies more? I don't know, man. You go to a lot more movies than I do these days. What do you think? Is it the same across the board, or do you think there's more people out right now?
I think well, in our area people never stop going out,
right?
So but as far as theaters go, people going, man. And I think when we went to go watch Free Guy, it was an early showing on a Saturday, when I consider early as a 1 o'clock, and the theaters were packed. We went to watch Respect at 3 last week. This weekend we didn't go to the theater. Reminiscent wasn't worth going to the theater, especially on HBO Max. That movie was garbage. And yeah, people who want to go to the theaters are going, and I think that a movie like Free Guy kind of has a little bit of for everyone, and so you can get appeal from kids all the way up to adults, and with good word of mouth, then it makes it fun, and makes it so that maybe we'll check it out the next week. All right, we'll go next weekend. Let's go watch it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's great, guys. I mean, look, it's still a very, very small number, and the points Manny and I have been bringing up about movies having smaller budgets because they're not making as much money. That's still a deal, guys. I mean, I know Fast 9 did really well out in China, but let's just look at these top 5 movies. Did I get them all? Yeah. Okay. So 369 world, 696 world, Quiet Place 269. Okay. Godzilla versus Kong 467. Did that get a Chinese release? Yes, it did. I think in 2019, this is easily almost double. What do you think?
Yeah.
Worldwide total is almost double.
Mhm.
And 164, it's still early for that, and it's a family movie. This is $1 billion movie in 2019.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And this 800 mil easily, if it had all the same, everything else being the same, just pushed back 2 years, I think it's an $800 million movie. Maybe more. If the pandemic didn't happen, even more if it had come out before Endgame, between Infinity
if it
War
comes
and
out
Endgame.
before Endgame, that may
$1
be
billion
$1 billion movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's going to be really fun to kind of continue watching these over the coming weeks on Mondays here on the Daily Cup of Genre. So if you're into box office numbers and things like that, definitely stick with us. Do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you don't miss anything. Anything else you want to talk about the weekend numbers?
No, I think that was the big thing, was the
Just
free guy,
Free
because there
Guy,
wasn't
man.
a lot of movies out
34.
this weekend. It was
Yeah,
kind of
Paw Patrol
meh.
Protege had a really low opening. I wonder what their estimates were, because the Protege is another action like Hitman's Bodyguard and John Wick type deal. Oops, I didn't mean to click on Lionsgate. I was trying to get rid of the highlight. This is usually probably like a $15 million movie on opening night. Reminiscence, that's dealing with a simultaneous release.
Oh my god, there's nothing special about that movie. I was so excited to see it too.
Really?
It was so disappointing.
Damn. And then a few others that Demonic, which we had Carly Pope on the LRM YouTube channel, being interviewed with Manny himself about Demonic, which I saw a Linus Tech Tips video where they showed the camera systems they used to film that. Wow, guys, definitely if you've seen the Demonic trailer, it has a very, very unique look. Check out I don't remember if it was a Tech Quickie or no, it wouldn't have been. It should be an LTT video, but check it out. Maybe I had it on their premium server. Anyways, let's talk about Kyle being right. So last week we covered the fact that Daniel Rickman, his leaks about the Spider-Man trailer being screened at CinemaCon were removed from social media, and I kind of brought up the point of, back in the day, there used to be all these exclusive trailers at conventions and things, and I said you don't see it as much anymore because those types of exclusives aren't long term anymore. Usually if something screens at Comic-Con, within a few days it's out, and not just a leak, it's out because the studio knows it's going to leak. With everything being digital these days, how many hacks and ransomwares and all of that, it's not smart to have it and not release it after showing people. And you and I were like, just wondering what will happen. Well, guys, over the weekend, Hollywood Reporter says that they saw an alleged leaked trailer. Someone that works for us, I'm not going to drop names just out of precaution. Also, with good knowledge of the film, viewed the alleged leak and did say that they also believed it to be legit. However, it apparently has unfinished graphics, unfinished shots. It's not a complete product. So be aware, there is a leak out there. Once it's online, it's for forever online. But yeah, dude, I have an entertainment conspiracy theory. I wonder if this guy or whoever it was, because they apparently did find out who it was, allegedly. I'm wondering if they were like tired of the public having to wait because they released an unfinished one, or if Sony did do what you thought Warner Brothers is going to do with the Batman, which is they were going to screen it at CinemaCon and then hold it. And I'm wondering if he found out they were going to hold it for Venom or Shang-Chi or something, and he's like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm forcing your hand." I like to think he's a rogue like that, but dude, I just got done saying that the only reason trailers leaked was people having to wait and not liking long exclusive previews. Like, fuck. What do you think, man? What isn't it kind of funny? We're just talking about this Thursday, Friday, and then trailer leak. The trailer we were talking about.
Well, yeah, I actually don't find it funny. I find it quite annoying. Whoever this guy is, fuck them, genuinely, because I think my issue with it is that you and I are going to take whatever footage we can see, and we're going to be very critical of it, which is why Sony probably didn't want this out yet.
And I haven't viewed it.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah,
I didn't want to
for that purpose.
Yeah. Because then you're gonna say, you know what, this doesn't look that good, or this whatever, and it's like, well, it's not supposed to look that way because we're not done with it yet. So I hate that. I hate modern day technology for that. That's one of the reasons I do. If we're doing pros and cons, that's one of the definite cons is that people are so impatient.
Yes.
Just
me too. I'm impatient as fuck.
and just when it comes out, it's not going to change your quality of life, and it's also not going to change the decision you're going to make in December to go watch the film. You're going to watch it anyway. So and knowing that there's 2 Marvel properties coming up in theaters, and it's probably going to come out with one of them. So deal with it. And then it kind of just ruins the fun for people who didn't want to know anything at all, because now there's so much information that was already released anyway about what the premise of what we're going to see in there is, and it just kind of takes away from the whole experience. But people want to be first, people want to be rogues, and we've even seen the fun conspiracies that it was Scarlett Johansson that released the trailer. That was a lot of fun.
Oh,
but yeah, I'm pretty sure the first trailer is going to be released, or at least footage tonight during the Sony presentation.
Yeah,
CinemaCon, and I wouldn't be surprised if the WB one this week also shows more of the Batman coming up. But the Batman we may not see till October as public.
That's what you thought with
fandom, yeah.
Fandom. I don't know, no, man. And to be clear, when I said funny back at the beginning, it's not funny that the guy broke trust, and so just the situation of us talking about it and it happening is
oh yeah,
funny.
well yeah, but unfortunately when we talk about something,
like
I'm not saying we're like Nostradamus or anything,
no,
but we've been around long enough where you can kind of see the writing on the wall.
That's why I said at the beginning, I hate being right, because usually what I'm right about is looking, okay, dot, fuck.
I just my biggest concern, I think now overall, is just, all right, you're doing a multiverse. Don't make don't make it too complicated. You've done such a good job at keeping everything pretty streamlined. You just don't overcomplicate yourself. But I mean, we're at over a decade now, and so far so good. So there's no reason why we shouldn't.
Right?
Yeah, Feige, we trust.
I'm gonna say this, and it's not a spoiler at all. The toys have been out. Certain actors on the film have let loose certain characters that are in it, And it's all but confirmed that we're going to get a version of a live action Spider-Verse. I didn't want that. I never wanted that because animated Spider-Verse is awesome. It's great. It's perfect. I mean, I know some say it's the best Spider-Man film of them all, and I can get that. I generally don't include, I generally separate animation from live action, generally. When I say, you know, I don't even like saying a greatest movie of all time, but in individual genres, I'll separate animation with live action, and maybe that's not right, but it is. So anyways, I'm kind of rambling. I love Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse. It's great, and it should remain animated, and all multiversal Spider-Man shit should be in there, and I don't know, man. This isn't the story I wanted.
A lot of it is not what you wanted, Kyle. A lot of it is not what any of us wanted.
I know.
Oh, I've been disappointed with Spider-Man since Spider-Man 3. So I mean, it is what it is. Just I still have bad taste from watching dubstep electro. So
Oh
I mean,
God, yeah. Yeah,
and
I can't stand.
Yeah, and friendly Green Goblin in Spider-Man 3 and that 70 show Venom. I just I mean, I don't know. Spider-Man's quite simple, and I think the first two films they did a really good job at keeping it simple. And then afterwards it was like he has to be all these amazing things, and we have to have Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Watson and this and that, and it was like just let him be Peter Parker, and he has such a great rogues gallery too, and I don't know, just
Yeah.
and now it's like it's not gonna get any simpler. Now we're adding a multiverse and different Spider-Man, and I am excited
Allegedly
to see
different Spider-Man.
So.
We should say, because that's that part that I said all but confirmed, because, you know, Fox and Melina of course came out and spilled some beans, and but the other two Spider characters have been playing coy for a long time. But yeah, it's in Feige we trust, right? It's like when they announced Secret Invasion. I hated the storyline in the comics. The execution was just a atrocious. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I get caught. But it was a cool idea, and the idea of kind of shrinking down the scope and not making it an event movie, because that was like my biggest fear, was Secret Invasion would be like the next Avengers event. I'm okay with it. I mean, they do a decent job at amalgamizing 616 and the Ultimate Universe and giving us some new things. It's good, man. I dig it. I'm all right with it.
So, I'm just along for the ride. I'm happy to have movies right now.
Rolling with the punches.
Yeah,
you're happy to be here.
I don't have that much hatred for Sony, so
I do.
I don't care. I've already seen WB destroy an entire world that I love, so watching other ones get burned doesn't affect me. As a matter of fact, I enjoy it.
Fuck regrets and burn this city down, bitches.
Burn it all down.
Burn it all down. But you know what? We should leave at least one thing up, and that, of course, is our amazing media empire. We've got the LRM online, well, actually I should say Genreverse podcast network, but yeah, we're updating. It's brought to you guys, of course, by Latino Review Media, LRM on online.com, where you guys can go every day for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. It is full of interviews, podcasts, and video series, and of course news reporting, opinion pieces. We've got unboxing, and a guy that collects shit from like Kotaku and Sideshow Collectibles, and that's pretty cool. Anime, horror, wrestling, everything's here, guys. And of course, we have our awesome YouTube channel. We have a 24/7 stream of all 11 Star Wars movies being reviewed. It's from a 2019 podcast series. We've got it up. Check that out. And then yeah, guys, all that awesome stuff that I was talking about, all the amazing podcasts that are here, all get put up here, and several of them are video format. Marvel Multiverse, the Cantina, and the Daily Cup of Genre, along with the Anime Versal Reviews Midnight Run. Manny, you do a bunch of interview stuff. You got some that you want to talk about coming up, or that you want to highlight?
I'm kind of excited. In about an hour and a half, I'm interviewing Robert Rodriguez, so it's pretty good. Did you?
Yes.
The way that you were drinking a soda. That was.
It took a second for the name to register. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. So
that's
that'll
awesome.
Be. I'm not sure when I'm allowed to post that yet.
Right.
It's not interesting what it's on. He's going to be directing a Disney Plus Billie Eilish concert events. So.
Okay. Cool.
So
I was gonna ask, is it a kid project, or is it a
I mean, that guy has so much. That guy has so much range, man.
Yeah, I know exactly. Exactly.
I was bored and did Spy Kids.
Mm-hmm. Basically, in his own studio that he built to basically have fun with his family. I love it. He's awesome.
Yeah, and then on tomorrow I have the production team, like visuals and sound and all the people for What If. From Marvel's What If, so I get to that's so much fun because you get so much behind the scenes information that you didn't before, and it's quite a bit of interviews actually. I'm also doing Amazon Prime Voyeur is a new movie that's going to be coming out with I can't remember names right now. It's the guy from Detective Pikachu, and yeah, that's it. Just as today and tomorrow, I am slaying. Good week.
Good week indeed. I'm just showing you guys all the wonderful things you can get. Please do like, share, subscribe, follow us at our social media information down below and in the descriptions if you're not looking at the video. And yeah, I guess that's it, man. It's the start of the week. We'll see you guys tomorrow.